let's go back to the marketing strategy, marketing kerfuffle. I don't really know if CIG is trying anything at this point, because I genuinely thought that this was so... These are 4 different things that I feel have happened to show CIG pushing into a more mainstream focus when it comes to the way they want, who they want to play this game, who they want to see it. This, in my opinion, is important because for like Star Citizen is an alpha, right? We all get that. We're people who play this. We have signed up for it. We've looked into it. We've gone to the website. We've done all this stuff. We get that it's a broken game. And so when they release something like 4.8, yeah, we have problems. We gnash our teeth and all that stuff, but we're still playing, right? We're still waiting for it to get fixed. We still know hot fixes are coming and that there are still things to enjoy. We just kind of know the workarounds and how to get around it. But that's not true for your average person. So when you look at the marketing they're doing, this is the Level Up Expo in April, I think it was. This is a article on This Week in Star Citizen, or This Week in Video Games, which it's not a huge website, but it is a website built by SkillUp, who is a big name in video gaming. And as he's been pushing this website quite a bit over the last year, and it's been doing a pretty successful job at growing, I think this is, again, it's not a big move, but it is a move targeted at a certain type of person. This is a big PC gaming creator who posts on like social media a lot, who made a post that is not marked as an ad, but has all the hallmarks possibly of one. Not saying it is, but again, pushing the message of Star Citizen out to people who are just casually into gaming, just kind of watching this stuff as it goes, and would be more likely to play things coming out at Summer Games Fest than the alpha that's still going 14 years in. And then there's this one, the big one. This is what I'm considering to be our $1 billion letter from the chairman at this point, because Chris has not given us any sort of information. May 24th, released on the day they hit $1 billion. This was including lines from both Sandy and Chris Roberts. They talked about how they were getting closer to the marketing campaign. They talked about how Squadron's marketing campaign is aimed at a much more mainstream audience. All this kind of stuff. It all leads to this feeling, at least, like the beginning of the Squadron 42 marketing campaign, in my opinion, and the beginning of them just trying to expand the numbers of people who would be interested in this. Now, we have a new one. Let me introduce you to the latest strange marketing attempt from CIG. They've gone with a bus, interestingly enough. A local bus, actually. Let's get a screenshot of this real quick. But here, let me read to you what's going on here. So this is Rebecca Hall, account advisor at Outdo, the UK's fastest growing outdoor, I'm guessing, media advertising firm or something. She said, "This morning, I headed over to Burnley to capture some fresh client photos of Cloud Imperium Games' Star Citizen campaign running on the premium X43 Which Way route. Some of y'all out there, you lads, might know this route in it. Despite the typical Lancashire weather, the campaign certainly stands out. This is an ad for Star Citizen on the back of a bus that's driving around the UK. And by the way, I just realized, shout out to everybody who can't see my face right now. Sorry, we're having Elgato capture card problems. So just imagine my bright and shining smiling face. There's even a dental place here to remind you. So this is a weird one to me. And Mrs. Tomato was making very obvious. A local ad for a game is probably not going to do near as much as a internet ad. I'm not really sure why they're doing this, besides maybe like employees would see it out and about. The thing about this is that it's not even driving around the UK. Is this not a regional bus? Because are these different places around Manchester? The Burnley and Rawtenstall? Why do you guys use such weird names, man? Couldn't you just stick to things like aluminum? Where is this? Where are you? You around Manchester? Burnley? Little old Burnley? Okay, yeah, so it's like in the area, kind of. Where's the other one? Rockenstall, or whatever they called it. Rawtenstall. Probably supposed to say something like Roarstall or something. You just put extra letters in there. Okay, so yeah, it just takes like this route basically up the M66 here or something like that. Just like a little regional bus. The strange thing to me about this is it's not advertising Squadron 42. If this was here to make us see the big single player game that supposedly your average person is going to watch, that's one thing. But this is advertising a literal alpha. like they're putting on public buses to come in and play this game that is completely broken, that it doesn't have proper progression, it doesn't have security, it doesn't have social tools. We're still in a testing environment. And I'm just like, they're getting more and more confusing with this. I would totally understand if this was a Squadron 42 ad. Would it be a little bit weird since they haven't released a release date? Yeah. But is that not the kind of thing that somebody who's going to see a random bus and possibly type this into a URL would be more likely to get interested in? And if I go to play.sc, let's see what it gives us. All right, so it drops you into this page, which is Seamless Universe, New Adventure Awaits. Yeah, so it tells you basically about Star Citizen. But, dude, this is still not a great first impression. It's so much harder to explain an MMO in one page than it is to explain there even is a Squadron 42 page on here that I think looks better. So like this, as soon as you join, you see big names. You see Gary Oldman pop up. I don't know. This makes a lot more sense to advertise. And we just go back to this again. They're going out to these big conventions, getting big streamers on and talking to them in front of their chat about what they're trying to do with the game. But then when they get these people into the booth to play, they're only showing them Arena Commander because the actual PU would be risky. And these people aren't going to jump into Arena Commander when they go play the game. They're going to jump into the PU. People who are reading this are seeing, is Star Citizen a real video game? And you know, getting at least some testimonial from a reliable source that they should go try it. So what are they going to do? They might check this out and then go try it. This is telling people, go buy the freaking Corsair Xenon Edge, which I did see in chat. Somebody even bought this. You guys can get a 10% discount on these kinds of things if you want through our code at Corsair. But again, this is going out to, 27,000. Twitter is weird with their impression numbers, but this is going out to a certain amount of people who are looking at it and thinking, oh, a cool space game. Let me go just like poke my head in real quick and try it out. And it's the same with these two. This is just more casual people. It's bringing in people who aren't prepared for an alpha to, for some reason, focus on an alpha instead of the Squadron 42 single player game that's supposed to be coming out that still hasn't gotten a release date announced. And it almost feels like if there was a release date, now would be the best time for them to have announced it, so they could be building this up, and they haven't. So it's all just confusing, and to be quite honest, it doesn't give me the best feelings about their decision-making in the lead-up to Squadron. I genuinely don't know why this is a goal, besides morale boost, maybe. But we'll see. We'll continue to track this, and we'll continue to look at and call out what's going on in terms of the marketing for Squadron or Star Citizen or whatever the heck is happening. This was just a little check-in in the middle of the stream. Thanks for checking it out. Hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you with my face next time.